Tawayna was in the U.S. Army, and I was a unit supply specialist. My dad was a veteran. He was actually in the Navy, and so I used to always hear about his wonderful stories and stuff. I wound up having a son very early in life. I was 16. I had this baby. I wanted to have a career, and that was when I decided to go into the Army. I was sexually assaulted, but the thing about it was, like, I thought that it was something maybe I did, because I was really new at the unit. I just kind of sucked it up. Like, as they say, suck it up and drive on. I still was able to perform at my job. I think I did very well. I did have a lot of problems with authority. I just did lots of self-destructive things, like I would just drink to the point of passing out all the time, all day, every day. I couldn't sustain healthy relationships, basically. I would always seem to find the people that just basically wanted to use me for what they could and then discard me when they were finished. And that was just a reoccurring theme. I was, being evicted for like the fifth time. And I think that I basically ran out of other resources. And something just was like, well, we'll go up to the VA. When I walked into the VA, like I just started crying, like, and I just didn't know where needed to go. I didn't know who I needed to talk to, and so I was just kind of walking around, and I ran into a poster that had military sexual trauma, and I just started crying and crying and crying because I was like, oh my God, like that happened to me. Like they have a name for it. Like I was so shocked and so relieved and mad and sad. I immediately tried to reach out to the numbers that was on the flyer, and I actually didn't tell my family about what happened to me until I started to use the VA from that point, and so I utilized their inpatient substance abuse program. I went inpatient November 1st, 2010, and I didn't come out until February, like the end of February 2011. Um, I remember when I got to rehab, like I was so happy to be here. Like I just felt so grateful and relieved, and and I really got a chance to like sit back and observe a lot of things. Like that's when I started to come in touch with how I was affected by what had happened to me in the military. I feel really good about the things that I've learned. It's a very painful process, but it's so worth it in the end. They had a program for homeless veterans called the HUD-VASH program, where HUD and the VA get together. They give out housing choice vouchers, which is known as Section 8. So I was eligible for one of those, and like my rent is really cheap, and I've been paying my rent on time every month. I can't say nothing but good things about the VA hospital. I mean, they literally saved my life. I'm still in therapy. I'm in treatment for the trauma. I was there yesterday. I'm at the VA like at least twice a week, and it's not only just the resources. Like the veterans themselves are a resource because you get to meet so many different kinds of veterans. You can get so much support from them as well. Recently, I was at this. This is probably about a month or two ago, and so we had what's called Military Sexual Trauma Awareness Day, and so I saw a lady just standing there looking at the poster, and I saw her eyes was really misty. It was like we just immediately made this connection. Like I didn't even have to say, "Are you a victim?" Like I didn't have to take her through all that questioning. I just basically like put my hand on her shoulder, and I was like, "It's not your fault. You're not alone." And you have so many resources that you'll be able to stand up for yourself.